doing? This is Black Shy Guy here. Welcome to another brand new video, and as always, make sure you hit the like button. Also, make sure you subscribe if you're not subscribed yet, and also make sure you hit the notification button to get notified on any upcoming new videos. And as always, thank you for sitting at my table. We are going to discuss Caitlin Clark. It's been a while since we did a video on Caitlin Clark. Obviously, it's been just one video ago or whatever, but you know I gotta dive into the Caitlin Clark situation that's been going on. I did not want to talk about the fact that she was not allowed into the Olympic team because honestly, it was a hit or miss whether she was gonna be in the team or not. But we found out she's not in the team. That's neither here nor there. You guys know about that whole scenario. To me, it obviously was a mistake when it comes from a business standpoint, but nothing could be done about it. Obviously, Caitlin Clark is going to have a lot of opportunities to join the team, but as of now, the league has made a big error. Obviously, nobody's going to watch that Olympic team perform for the simple fact that Caitlin Clark is in it. But we have to admit, there's a lot of stars in it, but stars that a lot of people did not care about when they won their last couple of freaking Olympic gold medals. That could have changed if they would have added Caitlin Clark. That all would have changed. But we are not here to talk about what has happened when it comes to the Olympic team. We are talking about the mental fatigue of Christie Sides. And listen, there's a lot of things going on with Christie Sides, and a lot of it, I do not blame her at all whatsoever. Christie Sides has been going through a lot of things when it comes to criticism. And honestly, any coach put into Christie Sides' situation is going to be facing the exact same thing that she is facing. There's no way to win anything, any freaking argument on the internet when it comes to Caitlin Clark. If you bench her, they're going to get mad. If you play her too many minutes and she gets tired and starts missing shots, they're going to get mad. If you play her moderate amounts, they're going to say, why didn't you play her more? There's no way around it. Obviously, Christie Sides has been making a couple of mistakes when it comes to coaching, but we got to admit, she just got Caitlin Clark. She has the #1 draft 2 years in a row in Aliyah Boston and Caitlin Clark, so she has to figure out how to best fit that freaking team. She doesn't have a bad team. Honestly, she doesn't. She has Kelsey Mitchell, she has Nalisa Smith, and she has, among the other three, Boston, Caitlin Clark, and Christie Wallace. But the thing is, she also has Lexi coming off the bench. Lexi is not bad at all. She's a great shooter. So this team is not necessarily bad when you look at it on paper. But what's going on with the Indiana Fever is that they're not cohesive yet. And the thing is, I don't think the fans are helping. I'm gonna be perfectly honest. The fans are not helping Caitlin Clark's situation, and they're not helping when it comes to the coaching situation. We all know everybody want to be coaches when it's outside looking, and everybody wants to be a Pat Riley and a freaking Phil Jackson. Everybody wants to be those two coaches. But we gotta admit, if we were in Christie Sides' situation, a lot of things that she's facing is gonna be mentally fatiguing. I mean, to be completely honest, because there's no decision she can make when it comes to Caitlin Clark that will be accepted if the team ends up losing the game. People are gonna nick and pick every type of situation that could have been changed if the team loses. Look at what happened last night. Despite the great effort and a come-out win against Atlanta, everybody was mad for the simple fact that Caitlin Clark only had 7 points. People are not looking at the fact that Caitlin Clark hustled around the ball all night. Despite the fact that she had 7 points, Caitlin Clark hustled around the ball all night. She brought other things according to the game. The star player is not always going to be averaging 20 points in every game, people. You can't expect that. You're going to have to expect that the fact that some players are going to be not at their best, so they're gonna bring their best on the defensive side of the ball. And comes out that we got Indiana Fever fans should be happy because finally Boston has broken out of whatever she's been dealing with, because she has been having no type of confidence as of late. She has not been pushing the paint at all. She has not been posting as well as she was the year before, despite the fact that they had a losing season. Aliyah Boston has not been herself. I don't know if it's the fact that Caitlin Clark is in the team, so she knows she has to take a step back for the simple fact that obviously the board's going to be created through Caitlin Clark, and that's another situation everybody's having now. But we're going to get to that. Aliyah Boston, magnificent last night. She really handled that game superbly, and we're going to dive into what the coach had to say about Aliyah Boston.
Matched her career high with 27 points, and then she had one off her career high rebounds with 13. Just what did she do tonight to help you win, especially with, I think, 10 straight points in the fourth quarter?
Yeah, I mean, she was undeniable.
10 straight points in the fourth quarter. You guys cannot refute that. I understand Caitlin Clark has 7 points. I know everybody's gonna get their boxers and panties in a bunch because Caitlin Clark only has 7 points. You gotta be fans of the team, not only Caitlin. If you want Caitlin to succeed, you're gonna need the team to succeed. Boston had a breakout freaking game finally this year. You guys gotta be happy about that. You guys can't nick and pick every single decision made by the coach. Is Christie sides of Pat Riley? Absolutely not. We all know that. But the fact that maybe she can be a Pat Riley when she gets this team into shape and when she has enough time allowed to get this team into shape. There's no way she's gonna get 2 #1 draft picks 2 years in a row and a moderate team. Only looks good on paper, but obviously not as good obviously when playing an actual game. She cannot get that team at 100% within a year. That's impossible. At least give her at least another year with this team. If she fails next year, absolutely get her the fuck out. But you gotta be reasonable. You gotta be reasonable. Outside looking in, yes, you're gonna think you're Pat Riley. You're gonna think you're freaking the incredible coach of the year. But the fact that she mentioned a particular setup that she has and plans that she has with Aliyah Boston and Caitlin Clark was also ridiculed. I think that was way off basis for people to ridicule her on the fact that she wants to run the game through the post. That's old school basketball, baby. Run the game through the post. It opens up the wings. I mean, it opens up every shooter imaginable. You gotta at least give her a chance and opportunity to run that game plan with Aliyah Boston, especially the fact that if Aliyah Boston stays in this route, if she stays confident, because obviously Aliyah Boston has to step up, period. She has to step up. She has to stop this shy bullshit that she's in. Step up. Do the same thing that you did to Atlanta, even if it comes out as a losing effort. But play the same way. Play with the same aggressiveness. Attack the rim the way you were attacking it. She was just attacking the rim last night. She was a beast. You did not see that side of Aliyah Boston all year. We have to admit it. Imagine that side of Aliyah Boston and imagine a Caitlin Clark on her game. Imagine Lexi hitting all her shots. Imagine Elisa just doing the damn thing. That team can be a force to be reckoned with. They'll be really good. Let's give it time, people. But let's dive in and continue hearing what she has to say about Aliyah Boston's effort.
Tonight, I watched her warm up. Back in the back, I can watch them warm up, and her warm up was different. She was more physical. I couldn't be more proud of her. I thought she played extremely well, really physical, didn't back down, and finished great shots at the rim tonight.
We'll go James, then we'll go Matt.
Obviously, you know, Aliyah's a great player, but what do you think that just does for her? She was saying she kind of needed a game like this.
Yeah, well, the other night against Connecticut, I just needed her to get some confidence. Like, I left her in. I need her to get confidence because that's what she was missing.
Exactly. Everybody who was watching the Indiana Fever game, everybody knows that Aliyah Boston was lacking confidence. She was not herself. She was not herself. And now that she had this game, now that she knows, and let's admit it, it was against Atlanta. Okay, it was against Atlanta, but that's neither here nor there. The fact that she did it, it is what it is. She needed that confidence booster. Is she gonna play like AJ Wilson? Absolutely not. She's not gonna play like her. But she played very well. This is what I'm gonna have to say about the fans, and also we're gonna talk about the mental fatigue that's happening with Christie Sides. Christie Sides recently spoke to the reporters about her mental fatigueness, that she had to talk to other people about what she's dealing with because she's never faced a situation like this. Obviously a situation in having a very, very big star player that everybody's focusing on, and the fact that everybody's going to ridicule you about any type of decision you have on her when it comes to the game, and even when it comes to situations outside of the game, they're going to ridicule you. Christie Sides is not used to having that much of attention, and it was really bearing down on her. Obviously that's what she told the reporters. She didn't say it in those terms, but basically that's what she was saying. The thing about Christie Sides is, when Christie Sides also gets her confidence level back, also refuses to look at the internet and whatever people are saying, because obviously to me she's going through that mental fatigue because she's looking at everything in the internet and what people are saying. She has to take a page out of her own book and not pay attention to anybody within the internet. The internet is going to completely obliterate you if that's what you're focusing on. Christie Sides has to step back, focus on this team, focus on Caitlin Clark and Aliyah Boston, because a lot of people is removing Boston out of the equation. I know you guys love Caitlin Clark. I love Caitlin Clark as well. Who doesn't? I mean, you cannot hate the girl. She's amazing. But the little things that the fans are doing that is affecting this team, it's not helping at all. Crying about when Caitlin Clark gets hit in a foul. Obviously, she's a target. That's well known. Despite the fact that the media is not saying it, it's well known that Caitlin Clark is a target for a lot of the veterans in the sport. I don't know. It could be either or, whether they don't like her, or whether they're mad that she's getting all this attention, or whatever the case may be. To me, she is a target. But you can't baby Caitlin Clark either, because obviously I know for a fact, and we all know the competitive edge and the grime that Caitlin Clark has. She does not want to be baby. She does not want people treating her like she's a newborn baby. She can take the hit. She can take the rough fouls. She can take the close to flagrant fouls. You don't need to baby her. Caitlin Clark is gonna get up and still play the game. That's what it is. We can't be crying about all these petty fouls that Caitlin Clark is getting. That's a compliment. That is a compliment to a player at the level of Caitlin Clark, because they know she's a threat. That's why they on her like that. You gotta take it with a grain of salt, because Jordan dealt with it the same way. Steph Curry dealt with it the same way. We are not helping Caitlin Clark and telling everyone, don't hit her that hard. Why did you hit her? Why did you foul her that way? This and that and the third. It's kind of bullshit. It's kind of petty. It's being petty. If you believe in Caitlin Clark's ability to play the game of basketball, then let's get this baby and shit out of the way. There's no reason for it. There's no reason for it. This Indiana Fever team still has a lot of time to learn. A lot of conditioning needs to be involved to get this team at the rate they want to get to, but they need time for that. There's no way that we was going to believe that this team was going to be a championship team this year. No way. Especially not the way Connecticut is playing. Ain't no way this team is going to beat Connecticut for any type of finals. The only team that has a chance to beat Connecticut, obviously, is Vegas. That's the only team to me that has a chance to beat that team. There is no way anybody is stopping that team as of now. Period. Ain't no way. Ain't no way. But anyway, this is Black Shy Guy. Let me know what you think. Let me see your comments down below. What do you think? Do you think Caitlin Clark continuously needs to be baby? Or do you think Christie Sides has a mental fatigueness? Do you think she should be out? Do you think she should stay in? Do you think she needs more time? Put all your comments down below. And as always, this is Black Shy Guy. Thank you for sitting at my table. I'm out of here. Peace.
Arch criminal who must be put away. Another innocent victim of suicidal maniac.